I hid under the back porch of my abusive father. While I was there, I found my deceased mother. I was a master of hiding, but not for a good reason. However, one night, I chose to do something different. I could hear my father's screams. He was furious and about to become violent. My mother wasn't helping, only fueling the fire. I had abusive parents, and we lived basically in the middle of nowhere on a farm. Based on that, I knew I needed to find a good place to hide. I had the idea a few days before when I realized that the lattice covering the lower half of the back porch had a hole. Not big enough for an adult, probably, but a slim 6-year-old could fit without a problem. So, wrapping myself in my blanket and taking my stuffed hippopotamus, I sneaked out the window and ran to the yard. In the middle of autumn, when it was 40 degrees and the temperature kept dropping steadily, I crawled under the porch, scratching my elbows and getting splinters in my palms. But I managed to fit in there. It was actually quite spacious compared to most of my hiding spots. I couldn't stand up completely, but I had enough room to stretch my limbs. Sure, I was also getting dirty. It had rained a few days before, so the mud was still a bit wet. I wrapped myself in my blanket as best as I could and curled up for the night. But soon, even with my blanket and hippo, my teeth were chattering so hard I could barely breathe. However, I didn't want to go back inside, knowing that if my father caught me, I was about to get the beating of my life. "Sweetheart, are you cold?" That voice wasn't my mother's, hoarse from smoking and screaming. It was sweet like honey. I turned to see the vague silhouette of a woman lying prone beside me. She wore a beautiful butterfly necklace and was as dirty as I was. I nodded without wondering how she had gotten down there without me noticing. The woman moved closer and wrapped her arms around me, and suddenly I felt warm, like I was sitting next to a campfire. I snuggled into her arms, not caring about the mud. After all, we were both dirty. "You've grown so much," the woman said, examining my face. "How old are you now, Alex? 6? How do I know this woman again? I didn't think I knew her at 6, I thought. The woman gasped. "You're so big already. I'm so happy." She sighed pleasantly and stroked my hair. "What's your name?" I asked. She smiled. I could hear it in her voice. "I'm Lily. What's your favorite thing to do?" I had to think for a second. "I like board games and coloring." Lily laughed. "Just like me. I never got tired of playing Scrabble, but I think you're still too young for that, right?" I shook my head. "Too many words, but I want to play." "Will you play with me?" Lily inhaled sharply. I don't think I can. Your father put me down here and I can't get out. But," she thought for a second. "Alex, could you do me a favor?" "Sure," I thought. This lady was very nice. Why wouldn't I do her a favor? "When you wake up in the morning, go to the police station. Ask for an officer named Lowell Joyce. Tell him where to find Lily, okay? Under your back porch. He'll come and get me out, all right? And then maybe we can play Scrabble." I was so excited at the possibility of playing Scrabble that I didn't notice how Lily's voice got caught at the end. "I will. We can be on the same team, right?" Lily laughed softly. "I'll help you understand the rules. Good night, Alex." When I woke up the next morning, I heard Lily's voice. "Go now. Your father went to work. I'll tell you how to get to the police station." Rubbing my eyes, I crawled out from under the porch and went inside to put on my shoes and a coat. I was shivering from the cold, but thought Lily was right behind me. After putting on my shoes and coat, I started walking. It took me long enough to reach the neighbor's house. I don't really remember how long it took to get to the police station, although I don't know why no one stopped to see what the hell a 6-year-old in dirty pajamas was doing walking down the road. Lily really guided me along. "Wait, okay, cross the street now, turn right here." I almost passed out from exhaustion when I entered the police station. The guys outside, chatting and having fun, didn't see me until I was almost at the reception desk. "Wow, kid, are you all right?" One of the policemen knelt to my level with wide eyes. I nodded. "I'm fine. Can I talk to Joyce?" I asked. One of the other officers picked me up. "Sure, kid, sure. Let's just get you somewhere warm. Good God, your lips are blue." They gave me hot chocolate, wrapped me in a blanket when an older man with a gray mustache sat beside me. "Hi, kid. I'm Sheriff Joyce. What's your name?" he asked. "Alex." I put my cup aside and looked him straight in the eyes. "I was told to tell you that Lily is under the back porch. She needs to be freed so we can play Scrabble. I had never seen a grown man turn pale before. Now you can check if there is a part 2 by pressing share and more.